Go ahead and tell everybody that we on right now. Do not sit here and watch me. Don't tell nobody that I'm on. So we're about to have a conversation. We're about to talk all about what is going on in our world. We're going to move fairly quick so that I'll be able to get you guys calls in. Remember that you will be able to call in near the middle end of the show and talk about any topic that I'm going to cover. So make sure you turn your computers, your devices, your iPads, your phones, turn them all the way up. And if you want to know whenever we go live, because sometimes it's more than just Mondays at 7 o'clock, you better make sure you text Larry Reid live to 33222 so you can get noted during 5. You watching me on YouTube, hit that bell, give us a thumbs up, comment, share with all of your social media, and let them know that we are on right now. What's on? Larry Reid Live. We're live and we're interactive, and you get to call in and let me know what you think about what I'm talking about. Hello to those of you on YouTube and there on Facebook and there on Periscope. Are you ready to have the conversation? I got to give you a John Gray update. But before I give you that John Gray update and talk to you a little bit about what Beyonce just done on the cover of Vogue, and Tyler Perry preached at Lakewood Church. Yes, you heard me right. He stood up there in the pulpit and he preached. And I'm going to talk to you and show you a little tiny clip from that. And then I'm going to talk to you about this male intimacy thing that went, lightweight viral on the internet a few days ago when a popular online preacher posted a picture of him embracing, from what I understand, one of his most closest and dearest friends and armor bearers or spiritual sons. And the embrace sent a great part of social media into a frenzy. And just happened to be that we had 2 or 3 other things that hit the internet where people were doing the exact same thing when men were showing love to each other. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you what I think about it all right here on Larry Reid Live. But first, like I said, before I do all that, in Chicago. Now, this just happened. In fact, I just heard about it today. This is an actual scene from what's going on in Chicago, or what was going on, or has went on in Chicago over the last 24 during hours. And let me tell you what happened. Well, now I already knew it was bad in Chicago. I've been there a few times, and I already knew it was really bad. And the media makes sure they let you know how bad it is in Chicago. But from Friday to Sunday night now, about 66, north of 66, they're still counting. 66 to 70 people were shot. That's a whole heap of people. Almost 70 folks shot in one weekend in Chicago, and we're talking about black on black crime. Now, this is the thing. From folk that live in Chicago and people, and the times I went there, for what I know, Chicago and Detroit always shooting up folk. But it don't always make national news. But anytime a white cop or a white person shoot a black person that's unarmed, the first thing we do on this show, on our pages, and what I see across social media, is that we all start posting and fussing and talking about it. And that's about all we do. It just run our mouth about it. We don't really do too much about it. And then the other thing that some of us go do, run somewhere and tear up some mess, which I don't quite, understand all of that. I do a little piece, but then the other side I don't understand. Folk go get the tearing up stuff when they win, a game win, they tear up something when somebody won a court case that shouldn't have won, just tear up something. I wish one of y'all come up and tear up my mess. I don't care if it's a white cop shot a black person or what. I'm going to shoot you. Come up to my store, tearing up my window and stuff, I'll be shot you. I don't care what you're tearing up stuff for. Tear up my mess. Won't you go tear up your own mess or something? You get mad. But anyway, that ain't what the topic is about. So this is black on black crime. 66 and about 12, 13 people are dead over the weekend. Now, this is the thing. And I want to say this to all of you that go to the Black Lives Matter rally, and all of you that go behind Jesse Jackson them and Don King them and got so much to say. Can y'all go to them and you say to them, which I know they are doing it, and I do know there's a little section of the black I ain't gonna say a little section, but a part of the reason the Black Lives Matter is to educate black people, even to stop black on black crime. But a lot of white people, I know a lot of my white friends and colleagues and professional friends, they actually don't even know that the Black Lives Movement is actually about stopping black crime, not just that our lives matter when it comes to this system and brown lives, but it's also about us killing each other. And a lot of people do not know that. I know at least the chapter here in Atlanta pushes that, you know, because we don't make a lot of noise about it. How about this? If you're a Larry Reid Live follower, I want you to start making just as much noise as you do when a white man kill a black man. I want you to start making just as much noise when a white person kill a brown person that is unarmed. That, I mean, just to make noise, much noise you do when you do that. When a black person commits crime on another black person, which a lot of times one is armed and one is not. Look, I want y'all to make some noise about it. Now, the white folk can't change what's going on in our community when it comes to debt. That's us. And we got to fix that. So, moment of silence for the 12-13 that's dead, and a moment of silence for the 66 plus folk that got shot and probably scared to the death. Because once you have something like that happen, somebody shoot you, a wreck or a robbery, something, it make you nervous. It makes your nerves up. So we're gonna send Jesus and them over there in Chicago where all of that is. And all y'all churches over there, Bishop Larry Trotter, John Eckhart, what's that man used to be on the radio, Loudmouth, light-skinned preacher man. All of y'all in that area, pray. Andrew Reid, daughters now, pray. Well, you probably already praying. So y'all get together and find out what else y'all need to do over there in that area to help some of that what's going on. Cause that's a whole mess. I wouldn't be, no, it's not. No, it's not. The cops are not involved in the shooting. Not from what I read. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. But I just read it before I got, I had to tell somebody something put this Larry Live thing up. Let me tell you this. You know what I had to tell somebody? That's about, well, how come you can't, well, what that clock counting down for? You got whole 5 minutes. I said, nigga, you know how many hours it takes for me to have to do this? And first, I ain't gonna get up here. This ain't no show where you roast and gag and just use the topic or whatever talking about today and just to be funny and say whatever. I am actually trying to inform y'all, and you just happen to laugh and learn all at the same darn time and your voices be heard. That's the premise of this here show. Yes, it's entertainment, but I do a little piece of homework. So I have to read up, and then it takes all together. The hours before, the hours on the show, and the post work, 4-5 hours. That's a whole nother job. It's one of me, and I have to do all of this production work. The only thing, God bless his heart, Brother Kinachi, the only thing that he's doing over there is hitting the button for one I already created. Heck, it take a lot of work. All right, so y'all pray, send prayers over there to Chicago. Now let's get to John Gray. Now I'm going to have to update some of you guys because I know you don't know who John Gray is. It ain't been but a hot week, have it? Has it been a whole week? Don't use that picture. Put John Gray there first. Well, let me just tell you the story first. How about this? I'm going to show you the video that we saw that made everybody start talking. I'm going to show you this video, and then I'm going to catch you up because some of you probably don't even know what's happened. Here you go.
And people ask me, why do I defend him so vociferously? And I say it's easy for me to do because I know him. And he's shown me his heart, and I know he has a heart for all Americans. And I will say this. This administration has taken a lot of people by surprise, and it's going to surprise you guys even more because this is probably the most proactive administration regarding urban America and the faith-based community in my lifetime, and I'll be 60 years old in December. But when I think back on, I use good hair dye, and I've got a great makeup artist. But to be honest, this is probably going to be and I'm gonna say this at this table, the most pro-black president that we've had in our lifetime. Because, and I try to, analyze the people that I encounter. This president actually wants to prove something to our community, our faith-based community, and our ethnic community.
Thank you so much. It was the NBC, ABC symbol. Which one that? NBC? Well, thank you so much for the tape. Now, these ain't all the preachers that were sitting around this table, but look at here. That's at the top corner, dark-skinned man. That's Moody, Daryl Hines. Oh, shoot. What's that man's name? Dale Bonner, Mike Freeman. Then at the bottom, the one you heard talking, telling that lie, was Darrell Scott. And beside him, the organizer that all prophetess, Paula White. And beside him, they zoomed up in on was John Gray. Now, this is where the conversation started sparking off all over the internet. Because John Gray is Baby Jakes. That's Baby Jakes. Y'all know who TD Jakes is, but this is Baby Jakes. That's what we nicknamed him here on Larry Live. You let everybody know that his nickname on Larry Live is Baby Jakes. Well, everybody loved Baby Jakes. I remember they done that show for the preachers, and he was sitting up there with Jamal Harrison Bryan and the other guy we like, Edward Smith, and the other guy that Omarosa called Greasy Head. I can't think of his name. But they were all sitting up there, and we loved John Gray. I said then he won't get his own show. And look, the gospel according to John Gray, what is it? The word according to John Gray, the life of John Gray. I don't know. It's on own network. He got his own show, and everybody loved him. He worked with Joel Osteen. That is like America's most favorite pastor. Now he done went over there and took over the white man church in Greenville. He just got renamed the church Relentless. What was the man name that had the church over there? Ron Carpenter and his wife that used to be a hoe. But she reformed her. She's been at it, but God saved them. She ain't no hoe. She ain't at it no more. But I don't know what they went off the doing, but they're doing something else. But he got the church and his wife that got a whole lot of sense that told him not to take his tail over there to the White House. She said, I don't care what you're going over there for, boy. They not going to be listening to what you saying because you sitting over there with the White House beside Donald Trump, the Presbyterian. So when this president, businessman, entertainer, that's what we call him here, Presbyterian. He is the Presbyterian. When we saw this picture here and we saw him sitting upside him, now, first of all, I could tell that in this picture that he was not comfortable. I can look at him and tell something is not right. I should not been here. I can tell that he knew at that moment that something not right. And he probably was already perturbed because he thought he was going to be able to go there and say something and have a voice as relates to this prison reform. But this is why it's so interesting. It bothers me and it tears my nerve all the way up when folk who confess that they're very spiritual and that they're prophets or have some kind of prophetic voice or some change agents go into these worlds without educating themselves on what the heck is going on. And so he thinking he gonna go in and have a conversation that's gonna help change the whole world, that's gonna help and change everything without having the knowledge and the understanding of the laws and what had went down with the Senate and what had already been created by Van Jones and the other boy, what they had already gave the thumbs up on. Donald Trump already gave the thumbs up on the whole thing anyway. So I'm thinking that, this is my opinion, that Paula White and Darrell Scott got together and said, let's get our black preachers and our whole Christian faith thing, because the whole Christian community, if you're asking me, is manipulating this presidency to push their multifaceted agenda. That's what I think. And so they set that up to try to make it look like here we are, God moving and using to get the prison reform when that wasn't even the case. And so he's going there thinking he's going to have a voice. And the reality is that it was already sealed. It was already sealed. So after this happened and everybody's blowing up on the internet, the next night on Bible study night, he gets up and relentless and he begins to explain why he went. Now, I want you to watch this video. It's 2 minutes, but listen to what he said. And then look what he said the very next day. You'll see what I'm talking about. Watch.
I, along with a number of other leaders from the African American and Hispanic communities, were invited to the White House today to speak with the president about criminal justice reform and identifying ways where churches can partner with helping to reacclimate nonviolent offenders into the workforce so that we can stop them from going back to prison. I did not go as a politician, nor did I go under partisan rhetoric. I'm not a Democrat, nor a Republican, nor an independent. I'm a Christian. This is the only thing you'll ever hear me say about it. People have requested the The news has requested interviews. I'm not doing any interviews. I don't want any of that. I'm here to preach the gospel and build this church.
Could you have done a conference call? Could you have been on, via television or camera? Could you have teleconference? Or could you have, maybe there could have been a place other than the White House where you can discuss this? The thing is that sitting there, all of these African Americans sitting there, it is being seen as the President of the United States, this administration that has proposed policies that are so detrimental to African Americans that they are using you as a prop.
But how can
and
they use
hang on,
me
they're using you as a prop, and that it is a photo op.
If you're looking for someone who's a fan of the administration or a boy for the administration, that's not me. The people that know my heart know this. I am determined to honor what I believe is the calling on my life. There's nothing for me to gain from being there, but I am committed to fighting for people who cannot fight for themselves.
I'm a person of faith. He said there is a reason that people would teach you about the Bible, would let you congregate on the plantation, but would not allow you to read.
All right, all this take my breath away. It's a whole lot trying to get all this out because it's balled up in the inside of me. Let me say this. First of all, baby Jakes, we love you. I love you. I can't speak for everybody. I absolutely love you. But Baby Jakes did not consult what I believe to be anybody with any form of wisdom. Now, it sounded like to me that his wife had a little piece of sense. She said, you don't need to go because you're going there. It's going to be thrown out of proportion. And she was exactly right. And do you know what happened the very next day after this Don Lemon video? He posted, and I can't put it up, but it's a clip that basically says, after the meeting with the preachers, then this bill is going up for da-da-da. Many people posted it. He even posted it saying that that's the reason why he went. Dumb. Love you though. Dumb. This is what I started this section with saying. If you are in the church and you are dealing in the marketplace and you're dealing in different arenas to where you do not have the pedigree or the education or experience, first of all, stop yourself by a publicist who can give you the 411 so you don't get on TV sounding stupid. Number one, you got there talking about you ain't going to have no interview with nobody else. Then somebody let you go right back the next day on TV. You had to fly out that night. You're in Greenville, South Carolina. You had to fly out. That means you made a decision soon after you finished. Right before you went to bed that night, got your hips up, flew, and went right where Don Lemon was. And that was not a good interview. It was bad. Now, maybe to church people or to religious people, maybe they feel like it was a great interview. But I happen to not just be church people, and a lot of people now are like dual agents like myself who got one foot in the church, one foot in entertainment, one foot in the religious sector, another one in the entertainment sector, and you just sound stupid. It's just, Baby Jakes, I love you. Remember Baby Jakes? You remember the graham cracker little bad? What's that commercial with us? They have the what's those things? Teddy Grahams. He sure do. I love it. Teddy Grahams, I love it. But it was stupid. And you should not have done that. Now, this is what you're going to do. First of all, let me tell you, ain't nothing going to happen bad to you as relates to church people because most church people, their faith and their belief is absolutely every darn thing. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. But most people who ascribe to that kind of living in life, you can explain this away with a few scriptures. You can explain this away with a few God told me's and you'll be all right. But as it relates to your influence in the world, which you have been handed to on a silver platter by God himself, you might have messed up just a little piece. But I'm going to say this and I'm going to try to change the narrative because anybody with two eyes and got any kind of discernment or sensitivity can tell you are a good guy. It's clear. Now, we can't say that by all the preachers. We can't say that with a whole lot of people in the world. You a good guy. Your heart is big. And if you think about most fat people are always nice. Fat people and ugly people are some of the nicest people in the world. And he tell you in his own book, somebody sent me a clip of him from his book. He talking about he was the chubby, fat, nasty kid, Fat people are 9 times out of 10 some of the nicest people in the world and ugly people. Now, if you happen to find a fat person or ugly person that's mean, they're always the meanest people you have ever met in your life. Because on top of them got some wounds and some issues. They got ugly on top of it and unattractiveness on top of it a lot of times. And I'm not by no means calling fat unattractive. Just get what I'm saying. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just don't even know what. I just can't take. I can't take this. And this is what bothered me about the whole thing. And I know you probably can't do this, John Gray, but I would like. Just me. If you just say, you know what? I thought God told me to go, or I heard God told me to go, just like false prophet Balaam in the Bible heard God told him to go. Y'all remember that story? Y'all remember that story when the prophet who, whatever he say, came to pass? Listen, I don't care if you don't believe the Bible or not. It's in the Bible. It's a story, and I can apply it to this, so just listen to the story. So, there was this prophet that was in the Bible. His name was Balaam. And prophet, whatever he say, he prophesied, it just came to pass. It came to pass. Everybody, oh, we got to make sure we get that prophet to prophesy, because whatever he say came to pass. So here this king was about to fight some God's folk. He said, look, I need you to prophesy that I'm going to win, because I know whatever you say is going to happen. And so whenever this prophet tried to prophesy, particularly tried to speak against the people that he was fighting with God's people, he would say, I curse, bless you, bless you. He could not do nothing but speak blessings. So then what that same prophet done, because they came to a Louis Vuitton, Gucci, they came to him with gold, they came to him with a whole bunch, with stacks, with racks, they came with all of that stuff, gave him a black card. He can go buy whatever. That's what they gave to the prophet. They gave to the prophet. And also they said that they gave a prophet a round trip to Dubai. They came to him with all of that. And so when they came to him with all that, he was like, now hold on now, I got to find a way to get this. I got to get the curse these folks so this man win this here war. So then he went to the king and said, look, God had told them folk that they can't intermarry with other people. So send some of your prettiest women in there. Them idolaters, send them in there and they marry with them, then I can curse them. And that's exactly what they done. That's why in the New Testament Revelation, you got the doctrine of Balaam, the error of Balaam, all that kind of going on. So when he done that, first, hold on. Because he said God told him to go. When Balaam went to God to pray and ask the people, first of all, before the people even came to him with the offer, and now this is some sewn up spirituality. God said these folk gonna come and ask you to do X, Y, Z. Don't go with them. So when the folk came and he seen that black car, that Bentley, he seen that Gucci car, he seen that Saks Fifth car, he seen that what's the name of that cologne everybody like? That Olive Clive, what's it called? I can't think of the name of the really expensive cologne. They brought all of that stuff to him. And them gold Cuban chains and stuff. Woo, Lord. He went back and said, God now, you sure? And God was like, go ahead on. Then the next verse in the Bible said, and God was angry at Balaam. Lord, baby Jakes, I hope you ain't done got yourself in trouble. Because you know later on, Balaam, that ass he was riding, that donkey, turn around to him, talk to him. Lord have mercy. We're going to be praying for John Gray because we don't know what in the world he done did. Lord, don't you tell relentless Jesus, Lord, lamb. Lord, man, John. What in the world, John? John, Lord, Jesus, baby Chase, Lord, don't you mess with baby Chase. Lord, we love him. Lord, we love baby Chase. Because when TD ain't gonna live all the time, we're gonna need somebody to look just like him, shaped just like him. We need somebody, a bad body preacher to preach just like Jace. And it ain't nobody but John Gray. All right. Well, he's sitting at the side of the devil. We ain't know what in the world to think. Speaking of the devil, and when I say, I really shouldn't call him the devil. I take that back. I'm just really playing. This is, Lord, what's wrong with his neck? No, he ain't that old. Why his neck look like that? I love white people, but they age bad. Gee, he look like his funeral is Damar. All right. So this is our Presbyterian, since we're speaking about the president in a darn way. The president recently made a tweet about one of our most favorite stars. Please bring one of our most favorite stars over that we love. His name is LeBron James. Now, I don't care who is your favorite team. If you don't like the Golden, whatever, the Cavaliers, no more. You don't like the Lakers, no more. That ain't the point. The point is, this is a good man. He good. You read up about his wife, his kids, and what he got, what just done in Akron, Ohio. Is a good man. He sat down with another one of some of our most favorite, one of our most favorite anchors, new anchors, and we just saw him in the other story where he interviewed John Gray. He also sat down and he interviewed LeBron James. Some of y'all don't like Don Lemon, but let me tell you why I like him. I like him just because it's that same thing that 50 Cent got, that T.I. got. You know, they always sticking their nose in somebody's business, and they always coming off like a old what y'all call no, it's like almost like a messy, chatty grandma on the porch telling everybody the business. You know, it's almost this how they come off. And people like that keep entertainment interesting. You know, so that's the reason why I like him. So he interviewed LeBron, and when he interviewed LeBron went into speaking about how he did not like the president. Actually, Don Lemon set it up for him to say that. And so soon after Donald Trump saw the interview with with LeBron James, this is what Trump tweeted. And I'm going to read it to you. It's going to come up on your screen. Here we go. He said, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest, Lord, it's business, by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do, because I like Michael Jordan. So then Don Lemon, I told you the reason why I like him. He tweeted this. He said, who's the real dummy? A man who puts kids in classrooms, or one who puts kids in cages? He's put be best. I don't know what that means. I guess he meant be blessed. I don't know. I don't know if that's a new hashtag or what. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this Twitter beef is Don Sweet Lemonade. Well, and that's that. And that's what it get. You know, I told y'all to take this man Twitterations, but ain't nobody taking this Twitterations. Trump just keep on. You keep looking at the feed, and you missing the story. So I'm talking about Trump, but you got Don Lemon up there. See what I'm talking about? Pay attention. I'm gonna take my whole $5 back. So this is what this is. I told y'all to take this man Twitterations. This is and won't nobody do it. I guess everybody is scared. I don't know if he got this on one phone that he keep behind lock and key, but can't nobody mess with this president's Twitter. And he just keep going. That's fine. That's fine, because people are fixing you as a reason. You come out of your mouth saying all kinds of stuff, and folk come right back and they get you real good. And I'm happy and I'm glad about it. So let's talk about what did Don Lemon mean by this man that's putting people in classrooms. I want you to look right there. Let's look at what LeBron James is doing. He has opened what has been nicknamed the Promise School. This Promise School is in Akron, Ohio. Free tuition. Free when they graduate. I think it's 260 students. When they graduate from, and it's kids from troubled areas, from troubled background, they get free tuition. I think this is to this school, or is this to college afterwards? I don't know. I need to research that. Free uniforms. No, so it's probably tuition to this school. Free tuition to this school. Free uniforms. Free bicycle and helmet. Free transportation if you live within 2 miles of this school. I hope y'all, look, if y'all need to put some hand claps in there, because this man done did this whole thing. Free breakfast, free lunch, free snacks. Oh my God. Free pantry for families, GEDs and job placement services for the parents, guaranteed tuition to the university. Oh, here it is. Guaranteed tuition to the University of Akron. Wow. For every student who graduates. Oh, let's round of applause. That is a great way to use your funds and your riches and your wealth that God and them have gave like the preacher say, unto you. That is great. That is superb. So, President Donald Trump, you should not have put your mouth on nobody. I mean nobody. I'm talking about physically nobody, because that's a nasty mess right there. But you certainly should not have put your mouth figuratively on LeBron James because of what he is doing for the young children there in Akron, Ohio. And ain't nothing there. I went through Akron. I ain't seen nothing. I only seen, but that's where he's from, so he wanted to help them out and do what needs to be done over there. Also in the news, once again, there's nobody that stays, and when this child stay in the news, I mean, Jesus, she all the time doing something. Well, let me tell you what she done did this time. This is Beyonce. Beyonce. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Beyonce. So let me tell you what she done did. First of all, she stayed in the darn news, which is smart, and that's always her marketing strategy to sell music. So expect some music to be coming out behind this tour after they finish this OTR2 tour. It's finished already? Okay. They're going to be some music that's going to drop out the darn blue. Watch what I say. Watch what I say, because she's staying in the news. And that's how you sell music in this time, in this era, is that you stay on in everybody talking about you. So this is what she did. She is going to be in Vogue. But let me explain this to you. And that's not going to be the next picture. It's going to be the cover. That's going to be the next picture. That one, next to that. Not now, but I'll tell you. Yeah, I did. Sorry. She is going to be on the cover. But let me explain this. What she is putting into this Vogue magazine issue is going to sell out in September. I predict it's going to totally sell out. It's going to be the highest grossing sales for En Vogue, because of what she is going to be talking about. And I wrote this down in my notes so I can tell y'all. She's going to be talking about her pregnancy and body acceptance post having the baby, because her body done changed a little piece. I seen a little bit more booty than normal. I see a little bit more thigh than normal, and everybody's saying she's pregnant because she been rubbing her belly on stage, and she just might be. She might be pregnant, but it could be just fat, because she done had 159 children. She pushed out urine, something. What's that name? Urine, Siri, Rummy. Let me see if I can find the name. Rumi and Sir. Rumi and Sir, she pushed them out. So she be talking about pregnancy, and she's talking about body acceptance. So you know women gonna run after that, because your typical size for a woman in America, I think, is between 12 and 14. So of course, women are gonna go and get that, because Beyonce fat like me too. So they're gonna go and get it. They're gonna enjoy the whole. Now this is the cover. I'm gonna show you the cover. Here's the cover right here. This is the cover of the Vogue, and the whole title of this whole spread is Beyonce in her own words, her life, her body, and next picture, and her heritage. Now I'm showing you a picture, another picture. This is not all of the pictures. She got all this vegetation that is on her head. There's more some grapes. They like a little piece of apples. I see some corn, a little corn that is up there. That's some collards. Then collards and some cabbage that she has rolled into her head. This is our heritage. This is what we like to eat. We like greens. So we got some collards, some cabbage, some grapes, and some broccoli. That is all of them. Piece of corn right at the top. And then she got this right here. Another one that she got on her head. We seen this little piece of this when she was pregnant and she rolled back in that chair. Remember that? She had a little hair piece like this. This is the sunshine. She looks so lovely. You see that arm ain't quite perfect. It's a little flabby. So Beyonce, look, this is what it is. I done pushed out Rumi and Sir, and they done told my body up, but I'm still pretty. And here she is in one more picture. Got one more picture for her. Here she is, another picture. Oh, Beyonce. Her legs are gapped wide open. She's giving us a little peek of, what Jay-Z get to see, and how she got them babies is by keeping them legs up in the air just like that. We absolutely love Beyonce here, and those of you that will follow Larry Live, I do not like a whole lot of the females that sing, whether it's gospel or whether it is R&B or pop, because a lot of the females sing fluffy music. But she won me over with the track Formation when I heard it, That was with that oolong man, that catch my fly, cocky fresh. Yeah, I like all of that. And I heard that in her voice, like she got real street at some point in time. And as long as you got that little roughness where I can feel that thing, you got to have a little bit of rough in your singing. I don't like no fluffy song. If it's a fluffy song like Adele, hello, it's me. No, hold on, the hello, that song Little Richard, not Little Richard, but Lionel Richard, not hello. Hello, it's me. I've been wondering about talking to you on the phone, but you won't talk to me no more. Something like that. But that song, I could feel that song. That song, I could feel it. I said, I feel that song. I feel it, But anyway, God bless Beyonce. Hold on, you can't just take me to this next subject. I got to catch my darn breath. I got all this talking. Jesus. Who put Larry's live symbol to let me just breathe a little piece? See you later, Beyonce. Bye. All right. How many stores is there? About 20. I'd have done 20 stores that quit. How many? 35. I've done 35 stores. Jesus Christ. That's a whole branch. Let me see what y'all saying. Let's catch my breath before I go to the next one. Ooh, Lord. Oh, thank you so much for donations over there on YouTube. In fact, all of you on Facebook and Periscope, take your hips over there to the YouTube room and click and donate. Thank you so much, Lawyer for Change, for being a moderator. And those of you that made moderators, make sure thank Frank Evans for your donations. Anybody you see in there talking crazy, get them up out the room. Get them up out the room. I wish Facebook had that feature. I would give some of y'all the power to crush down some of these folk that be here talking crazy. All right. Now, let me tell you what happened this weekend. You ain't know nothing about this. Y'all see this man? I just mentioned his name earlier. This here is John. Hold on for a minute. Joel. Oh, so y'all tell him I'm hungry. I need a little bit of grease. I need some fried chicken. I get some fried chicken. This will fix everything. I promise you. This is Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen, everybody love. I know, he looked rather crazy in this picture, but I promise you he's not crazy. He's just a little different kind of man. But God bless him. I love this. This is my Bible. I love him. I just love him. I think he's a very nice man. I think he's a very nice man. And most of the people that I ever talk about on the show, 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking to you about you, no matter who you are on the show, I probably 9 times out of 10, I admire you in some way. Even if I'm correcting you or fussing about you or being shaded towards you, that's just part of the entertainment job. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and watch me if I wasn't colorful. So, and this is my natural personality, so I'm gonna be colorful. Heck. So just take it. You in the public, so we can have opinion. We say what we want to say. Nah. But anyway, this is Joel Osteen. We love him. But you know what he did? He got that XM radio show, and he interviewed Tyler Perry up there, and something in the inside of him said, Tyler Perry, I want you to come preach. And so he had Tyler Perry to come preach. I'm going to show you a clip of Tyler Perry preaching. Here you go.
Yourself. You got to learn how to start quoting the word to yourself. You got to get into Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my fortress, my refuge, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he will deliver me from the snare of the fowler, from the noisous pestilence. 1,000 may fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not come near me. Only with mine eyes will I behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because I have made the Lord, which is the Most High, my habitation. Therefore no evil shall befall me, neither shall any plague come near my dwelling. For he will give his angels charge over me, to keep me in all of my ways. They will bear me up in their hands, lest I dash my foot against the stone. You got to get the word down in your heart. You got to pray, and you got to worship. You got to climb and maintain. If you don't remember anything I said to you, remember this: climb and maintain. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what the doctor said. I don't care what anybody else has said. Climb and maintain. I don't care what your wife is saying or the husband is saying. You got to come together and learn how to climb and maintain. The climbing is the prayer and the maintain is the work.
So let me first of all, let me say this. I wrote a blog, and you can go, WordPress.com / I think I am Larry D. Reid. I don't know. Just type in Larry D. Reid blog, WordPress, anywhere on the internet, and you'll come up all these blogs that I've written over the years, even while I was pastoring. I wrote this very popular one on 6 reasons why pastors are depressed that went viral and was shared everywhere. Okay, so y'all remember when Tyler Perry went to Bishop Jake's church and laid hands on him and sold $1 million? I've done a blog about that. Go back and read that blog in light of what I'm going to say here. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I said in that blog that Tyler Perry, I know I'm going to lose a whole lot of you right here, but some of us actually have been called to go into entertainment. And though we may do a song, do a show, act in a part that may be, outside of the character of Jesus Christ and what we know him to be, that does not change the fact that we are Christian or believers of Christ or followers of Jesus Christ. It doesn't change that. It's just creative ability. It's gifting that God has given us to entertain the world. But as representatives, we go in there as ministers in the marketplace. Tyler Perry is one of those people. I knew it years ago, 2006. I knew that this was who he was. So it's no surprise to me where he is. And those that I were mentoring at the time, they know there's a long prophecy about it concerning Hollywood. And so then I found out in this interview, I never knew it until today, that Tyler Perry went to seminary and is a preacher. I didn't know. So everybody that's talking about, he got him up there preaching. But see, Joel Osteen already knew this. This guy done preached an initial sermon, done been working the altars, praying for people and all this kind of stuff. He already had a license, I think he said, a licensed minister, and went to seminary. But he got called into doing the plays and things of that nature. So everybody that's killing Joel Osteen, at least he licensed and got some paper being to school. Half y'all folk y'all like listening to can't preach their way out of a paper bag and ain't even seen enough creativity to swat at a fly. I mean, but then y'all love them to death. And this man is at least creative, and he messages so many different messages in his plays and through his movies. So if he ain't never stand in the pulpit and preach, he preaching through his craft. But he stood in the pulpit and he preached and gave a whole lot of scripture and he memorized the whole book of Psalms. He stood there and said the whole thing. So he been preaching. He said a whole lot of good stuff. Go Tyler. He preached. Joel Osteen ain't mad at you. A lot of people was talking about, is he going to use Tyler to replace John Gray? Heck no. I don't think Joel Osteen is probably going to replace John Gray. John Gray has done what he has done. He's gone on about his business. He ain't no more in that church. He's in another white man church doing what he doing. Tyler Perry ain't got time to go work at nobody's church. There ain't but 60,000, 70,000 members at his church when Tyler Perry is talking to millions upon millions of people. Hence the reason why I said in my blog a long time ago, it made sense for Tyler Perry to lay hands on Jakes, because what Jake's trying to do, Tyler Perry is doing. And what people don't know about that is that Tyler Perry and Jakes met many years ago, because Jakes was on the road doing plays many years ago, and Tyler was mentoring him back then. That's why a lot of times you don't need to be opening up your mouth and stand unless you know what the heck you is talking about. Now, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion without information. But there's a certain level of talk that you ought not do, because you just don't know about every darn thing. Lord. I mean, they're close friends with Sarita Nim, Nucora, and Sarah Nim, Jermaine. What's the other boy's name? I think his actual name is Thomas. Them, when they were little baby, before they informed, before Jakes put them in Sarita to have them. See there? All right. So that's that. Let me see what y'all saying about that, because I'm pretty sure y'all got something to say about that, because y'all probably didn't even know. I I know y'all ain't know about that. Okay, you didn't know? Well, you don't know everything because you don't like to read. You're allergic to reading if it ain't got nothing to do with your master's degree for teaching. And you better have passed that certification you took Friday too. Okay, when you get them results, I'm gonna praise dance. I'm praise dance on Larry Live. Okay, speaking of music, we're about to go into our last segment. In our last segment, we're going to be talking about male-on-male intimacy. I'm going to tell you what's about. There were 3 different posts I made on LRL Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, get Facebook just to be on LRL. Like that page, Larry Live, so you can talk when I post stuff because everything don't make the show. But I'm going to talk about it since we have 3 instances. One with Matthew Stevenson that he posted on his IG. One with brothers Raphael and Eric Miriam. They showed intimacy and it went viral. And also Ozzy and Ronald, the Braves fighters that went viral. And that went viral on our page, several hundreds of thousand views. Okay. What did I say? Braves players. They play for the Braves here in Atlanta. I'm going to give you the backstory. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to put the number up so you can call in. I'm also going to give my opinion on it. But I'm going to try to hold it until I hear your opinion. You tell me what you think about this male-on-male intimacy. Go ahead and do what y'all do, y'all sneaky folk. Take the link, email it, and through and DM, text it to everybody so they can sign on so you can see what I'm going to say and see what other people are going to say that call in concerning Matthew Stevenson and his embrace. I'm going to show it to you with his spiritual son, armor bearer, the brothers Eric and Raphael Miriam. I think I'm saying that right, or hearing something like that. I don't know because it's a strange name. Miriam something. And then also Ozzy and Ronald from Atlanta Braves. But the first thing I want you to do is these 3 songs that you're going to hear 30 seconds of. I want you to stream them. I want you to download them. They're the 3 last songs that I wrote in 2016. They can be classified pop, country, hip hop, R&B, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's positive music. All right, I'll be right back. Get ready.
What we need is love. Gotta have this love. The world needs you. What will you do? A channel of flows through. Heal you through and through. The world needs you. And hurt me, it never ends. Speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipating it. I feature. While they hate and speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipating. Everybody dance around loud as you can't stop hard, put your feet on the floor. Ain't nobody fly like you, lift it up, turn around.
All right, so right here is a corner. Hold on, I'm gonna say that now. I can't, these names, these folk. I can't, this is why I be renaming folk. This is Ozzy Albies, and this is Ronald Acuna. Ozzy Albies and Ronald Acuna. Okay, so a video was released during a full game. Commentators taking the camera and they zooming around, and when they zoomed around over there in the dugout, this is what they seen.
To the first four that he's faced. What in the world do we have here? Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna Jr. Nap time. Getting a little massage there. A little scalp massage. Best of friends, those two.
They're probably going, listen, I think I'm a little stressed right now. I need to find a way to relax. Come over here. I got you.
I got you.
out.
I got just.
Well, when I seen it come across my timeline, I said, oh, I know folk gonna kill these two. Are they boyfriends? Do they go together? Is they boyfriend, girlfriend? That's what we call it in the country. Is the boyfriend, girlfriend? So, oh, Lord, they boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody, and they doing it right here in a professional sport. They can't do that. Want somebody to tell them to do that behind the dugout, not in the dugout. That's what I was thinking. So y'all can't be boyfriend, girlfriend up there in front of everybody. You just can't do that. So I looked them up and said, who these boys is? But before I had done that, I knew that Larry live page will blow up if I posted something. And sure enough, I put it over there right now. It's about 200,000 views. And folks, to this minute, as my bun sit here in this director's chair, folk is comment up in the up under and lightening up my phone. I saw all kind of comments. And of course, I'm going to tell you, I love to hear what everybody thinks. So you had from, oh, this is gay, love is wonderful, all the way down to this is sin and God is going to put, this is why God going to kill America because this is homosexualness. You know, folk that's going all kind of crazy. And I'm looking at all of it. Of course, every drop of it, I enjoy all of it. Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna, let me give you some backdrop. As time went along and it got more viral, then we find out that Ronald Acuna had just been notified somewhere prior to that video that his mom had died. Well, Ozzie Albies is like his best friend. They lived together prior to now. They both used to play when they were young, imagining that they would play for the major league. They moved in together. Ronald Acuna got opportunities prior to Ozzie, and he would train him. He would teach him. They were very, very, very close friends. Two menses. And then prior to this game, or it was time to come in and start doing the training, you know, before the season start back, they hadn't seen each other in a little piece of time. So I don't know if the mama died before Ozzie found out and Acuna telling Albies about it made him be emotional and he fell into his arms and he began to massage his scalp, or he found out right then. Either way, the response was, and Ozzie just grabbed him and consoled him in between time for them playing the game. He opened up his legs, let the man lay in between his legs and on his chest. This sparked a huge conversation. Now, that was the first thing that happened this week. Let me tell you to the second thing.
The rumor was his mom died, but his mom is actually alive and well.
Okay, so the rumor is that his mom died, but his mom is alive and well. Okay, so last thing I read was that his mama died. So I don't know if you lying up in the comments and kind of just shot that lie over here like it was a true, or what. So Alonzo said that it's an LRL follower. He got good sense. He used to do research. So Alonzo, can you find out and post up? So then what would he hugging the bar for? Don't be hugging the bar for. So the mom ain't that. But this is what I heard. Okay, we'll get to that. What if the mama hadn't died and they were just resting on each other because they were tired? Or maybe he had a headache or didn't feel good. Is that proper? Lord, I'm going to see what y'all going to say. I'm going to put this number over here in a little bit. I know y'all going to say something. But that was the first thing. The next thing that I saw was the story concerning Raphael and Eric. They are blood brothers. As you can see, Raphael has Downs. Eric, you got a little piece of it. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, you got a little piece in there, right? There's a little piece in there. So how about we just say this, that they got downs and one got worse than the other, because I can see it in his face. That's what I think anyway. And ain't nothing wrong with having downs at all. If you got somebody with downs in your family, they look just like this. They all look just alike. But let me tell you something, what I found out about them Down syndrome babies and adults. You get a mean devilish one every once in a while, but 9 times out of 10, they they so nice and intimate, making us want to grab them on the job like, oh, go, this is so nice. So this is the video that went viral. Look at it.
Hey.
Queen just a little bit.
¿Listo? ¿Listo? No shouting.
Okay, let me tell you what my reaction was. When I first seen it, I said, why is this boy touching on this man's big old arm? He must really like big old muscle men. And then he reached up and kissed him. I done like, you know, it's almost like when you're using the bathroom and you release that first piece of waste and they hit the toilet and the water come out and touch you a little bit. Like, and when I seen that, I said, whoo. I said, what the world is, what the world is that? And then he rubbing out, look, Eric got a tattoo of Raphael on his arm, his face. Let's look at it one more again. Let's look at it one more again, so we can get everybody clarify. Look at it. Here you go.
Hey.
His face is in it. No. Yeah, I see his face. His face is in it.
No shouting.
Okay, so I done like that when I seen the kids, and then but at the end when they hugged, something in my heart was like, oh, that's so nice. So, what y'all think about it? What y'all think about doing? This is what I say. In black culture, we don't kiss in the mouth much. Now, when my daughters were little, I kissed both my children in the mouth. I loved to. It was such a connection. It was so innocent. Even a little slob will get on my mouth. It ain't even bother me. So you turn it up your face. You ain't got no children. You don't know nothing about this kind of love. I would kiss Zoe on that little lip, and it would be wet sometimes. It'd be nasty. But I'd be like, it's so nasty nice. So nice nasty. You know, so I would do it Zari the same way. I wouldn't dare do it now, because sometimes, children don't always like to brush their teeth. And you don't know where they've been putting their mouth at now. I wouldn't dare do it now. But I did. But then they got up in age around about 5 or something when it's time to brush the teeth, and then they ain't brushed them. After that, it was over. I went straight to that cheek. So now I kiss them in the cheek, all over their eyes and their forehead, up on their neck. I nibble and I gnaw. And I felt that kind of, filial. It's for the kind of love that's in the family. I felt that love right there at the end. That's what I felt. So I went through a few changes when I was watching this. So in black folk, we don't really kiss on the lips much. I want to know if you're watching me, if you kiss on the lips. I want to know. Let me know if y'all kiss on the lips. What y'all do? If y'all kiss on the lips and stuff. Do you kiss your children on the lips or not? Let me know. Do you kiss your children on the lips or not? If you got a brother or sister, do you kiss your brother or your sister on the lips or not? Did you kiss your brother? You got a twin brother. Did you kiss your brother on the lips ever? Did you kiss your sister on the lips ever? You never did? Me neither. Never, ever, never, ever.
Which is why I think our
You talk too slow to be in the show. I can't. I ain't. You got to talk faster. But if they can't hear you talking slow, I'm sitting here with dead ass. You can't do that on radio. I'm on radio too at the same time, man. Lord, just text it to me. Text it to me.
I'm trying to talk.
But you're going too slow. Talk faster. Okay, go ahead.
I think us as our black race, that's why we don't really know how to love each other, because we don't do those kinds of things.
That was a whole 5 slow seconds, Kendall. I can't do that. And you're right though. I think sometimes and we can stand in the black culture to be a little bit more intimate, especially when it comes to man on man. And that's what we're talking about. The male on male. Now me, you think what you want to think. But when it comes to my mom and my daddy, to this day at 40 years old, I slobbers them down. I sure do. I kiss my daddy on the jaw and I'll ball up my lip. And do it like that. My daddy's jaw's fat too. My mama's jaw's real soft and they hang just a little bit because skin is falling. She got that Indian side, the Cherokee Indian. And I just gnaw on that skin and grab that arm and just woo, Lord, I just enjoy. Now everybody ain't like me. To this day, I rub my daddy's belly, and if he sit in something where I can get beside him, I mean, I ain't never really stopped laying on my daddy's belly. You know, it's just that he ain't sit in the chair where I can sit beside him to do it when I go home. You know, but just as soon as he sits somewhere when they ain't got no arms and he always sit in that chair with them arm stuff, I would do it. I do that, and I enjoy it, and there's nothing like it. It is intimate. It is fun. It is warm. It is kind. It feels almost like a prayer. It feels almost like somebody singing you a song and cooking you some soup. There's absolutely nothing like that. And I picked up a little of this through here. And the same thing with the guys. You know, I didn't see all that. I didn't see it like that. When I saw it, I saw friends. I saw intimacy. Now, you don't have to agree with me when you call in. You don't have to agree with me. And so when this picture, let me tell you about this man. This man's name is Matthew Stevenson. Now, you probably do not know who he is, but for those of you that's in the church, you've been on the internet for the last 2-3 years, you saw him blow up out the blue. Thousands of views, had real long hair, then he chopped it off to some gold hair, then chopped it off down to the Caesar cut. And so this guy, him and his wife, they very into fitness. They look very fit and they all about deliverance. So they focus a lot on sexual purity. And I think, do not quote me on this, but I think their ministry specialized in ex-lesbian, ex-homosexual. I think they have pastors in there that was ex-lesbians or ex-homosexuals. I don't know if him and his wife say that they're ex-homosexuals or not, but that's what's in my mind that they are. And so that's why their ministry focuses on it. I do know the wife was into porn, or if you go to porn conventions or LBGT conventions trying to preach the word and hand out tracts. I do know that much. And so they focus a lot on that. Another thing that he focuses a lot on is having spiritual sons, having people that are under his covering and teaching them the importance of being loved, the importance of having a spiritual parent or spiritual father. Now, I pastored for 20 years. I wasn't that big on that. Although people call me bishop, I had churches, they call me their spiritual father. You know, they done that. But I myself, that wasn't something that I promoted. But I see in this ministry that they promote that a lot. And a lot of ministries are promoting covering and spiritual fathers and mentors. You gotta have a spiritual father. A pastor gotta have a pastor, and you gotta have a covering. If you all this gotta, I get sick of hearing all the gotta. Anybody start telling me gotta a lot, I gets to stepping. You're not gonna keep telling me gotta, because I'm a grown blankety man. And you're not telling me got to. I do because I want to, darn it. And if I want to, I do it. And so, Matthew Stevenson posted on his IG, and there have been so many speculations about his sexuality, about how he's doing what he's doing over there. No, folk always do, every pastor, every leader, just like that. I don't care who you are, male or female, you can get called everything up under the sun. Now this, before you show this picture, I'm going to share something with you guys, because he came up in a show. For those of you who do not know, okay, I think the men in his family, his daddy, his daddy's dad, and daddy's daddy, they all died September sometime. You remember that show? And it became viral. He made this video that went viral. Some witches or bad people were getting together trying to pray that he die on the same day that everybody in his family did, which is very interesting. It sounds like some witchcraft to me. If somebody died on the same day, all the males in the family, that's some high-level witchcraft. There's some chicken foots buried somewhere, and somebody need to go and get the olive oil that's been consecrated by exorcist and take it out there and drizzle it everywhere possible, because somebody got some buried chicken and some souls in a jar somewhere sitting up on somebody's bed, been prayed over. Because that's some crazy-ish. All right. So that's what came up on the show. And right after that, there was all this speculation about his spiritual sons and all these men around him, men, and even how some of the women respond to him as well. You know, So I made this comment up under a video because somebody was asking me about something and they kept tagging me in it. So what do you think about Matthew Stevenson and his sonship whole thing? I put this in there 2 years ago. This is what I said. I said, I must say there are some things that are concerning that I peep. I know about all of this all too well. I know the dynamic that is created around apostolic fathers and papa prophets that pastor. I know that there are pitfalls. People have needs and sometimes cravings that are more than spiritual, but are psychological, emotional, filial, and even romantic, physical, and sexual. And they run deep. God gives the world, and in this case, the church, those that are equipped to meet that need in a way that doesn't bring harm and actually positively impacts them. Things can just get really interesting, sticky, and then unhealthy, improper, and etc. And I speak from 20 years of experience doing the job with a lot of empirical data. This dynamic, like many others in the church, can definitely bear some watching, but I hope for the best. And I want to say this. I think, and this is my belief, I think Matthew Stevenson is a good guy. I think that I like what he's doing. I like how he's getting a lot of young people interested in church, getting them interested in being saved. The Holy Ghost, the prophetic, and just all that kind of positive. It's better for them to be at church than at the clubhouse, you ask me. Where everybody shooting up the clubs. Well, heck, folks shooting up the church too, but anyway, I think it's a good thing. But I do know what it is to deal with anything and what it is, how sticky people, he can be 100% loving and kind towards people, but what people have towards him is mixed with cravings and needs that run really deep that he could be satisfying and not know. And ask me how I know. And then if something go wrong in them relationships or something, next thing you know, they're going to say, oh, he raped me. Oh, he molested me. Oh, he did this to me. You know, and then the closer, the worse it is. So that's why I wrote what I wrote. You know, because people can get you in situations that you don't even know you in. Because you only experiencing it from your end. And then next thing you know, you done got Eddie loaned. Especially into workout and stuff. Then they say they do videos, workout him and his wife. Man, you can send a picture to my boy, look how I done got these gains, and that picture can become now a whole story. Yeah. But anyway, this is what he posted. And I think this was the dumbest thing he could have ever done. Now I'm gonna talk about that. Lord have mercy, Jesus. This was sent to me by about 17 people in about 0.5 seconds. I said, now, wait a minute, wait. He said, I love my sons, and this is how I love them. I love them hard, as there is no space between his pelvic region, his chest region, and this man's regions. Okay, put him back up now. Matthew Stevenson, anybody that know you, I know you got a church here in Atlanta. You got drones and people everywhere. Some of the followers of LRL are your members. And so that's why I would never say anything. I try not to say nothing bad about anybody, but I'm going to be shady and say what I want to say about anybody. That's just my darn job. That was dumb. In this climate and where we are, I don't care how pure and innocent it is. Now, this is not the same. I didn't say this to Ozzy and Ronald. I didn't say this to Raphael and Eric. But I am saying it concerning Dr. Matthew Stevenson because you are a church pastor and we can't afford any more mess ups in church, especially not you. When you are one of the best things that have happened to the church in the last 3-4 years. We don't need nothing crazy, having your reputation, your name, or nothing. So my advice is, get some space between your body and that boy body. Oh, it may not mean nothing to you, Matthew. What's the boy name? Matthew, ain't it? Matthew. It may not be nothing to you, and it may not be nothing to the boy, but the next one could mean something. And so then I got sent this picture because people had to start making it make some sense to me. And then it said this, real fathers have it hard, but I love my sons with all my heart, as he embraced the now fiance of the guy that he was embracing. And I was told on how true this is that he calls all his spiritual children sons, all of them, male or female. Okay. So this started making more sense to me. Fine. And this is the picture of the guy he was hugging. That picture. This is the picture of the guy that he was hugging and the female that he was hugging. As you see by their outfits, that's the same outfit in those pictures. I had to verify, because folks be sending you mess, trying to get you to report on stuff and just creating their own stuff, and I don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. I don't believe in nobody who operates like that. I don't like it. So I had to verify, but this is the guy and the fiance that he is marrying, and so this is very true. So this is a true statement. So the occasion, put them back up. The occasion of this picture, put the other picture back up. The occasion of this here picture, not that one. The one that was being talked about. The occasion of this picture is that this guy in that shirt with mangled up, that's old term. The mangled up shirt. This guy got engaged to, put the other picture up, I'll make it plain so everybody know what's up now. This here gal, and now that gal, put a picture of them together up. That gal and this guy are now getting married. And so they both fell into the arms, put Matthew picture now. They both fell into the arms of Matthew because he, I guess, have impacted their life. I'm sure he's impacted their life positively, and probably is the reason why that they are well enough to love each other. So that's what happened. Put the number up there. Now, what I want to know from you guys, these last three stories, Raphael and Eric, Ronald Acuna, and Ozzy Alfinez, or whatever that was, Ozzy Albies. And then, don't use that picture. Use the one that has it. And then also Matthew, and I don't know how to say that both first name. They sent me his first name, but I can't even figure it out. Maybe they had a misspelling, but it just didn't make no sense to Larry. So let's put Matthew back up there, and put the number up there. And we're going to talk about this. I want to hear what you have to say about this. Put a Larry live with it. I don't know what they're going to talk about first. Any story that we have discussed, we got 40 minutes to take your phone calls. I'm sorry I was so long, but I don't have but 40 minutes to take your phone call and talk about it. Don't tune off, because you don't know what's going to be said, what I'm going to say, and what the call. Because my co-host is off the chain and very opinionated and create conversation. So let's have the conversation right here about this. The phone number 646-787-8174. 4. Okay, let's start with the first caller. Caller ending in 7138. What's your name? Where you calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Bless you, sir. My name is Jermaine Balance. I'm calling in because I wanted to talk about the autistic boy, the Raphael. What's his name? What's their brother's name?
Raphael and Eric.
Raphael and Eric. All I wanted to say was this. I deal with mental health issues and not myself, but I counsel people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a degree in that area. And all I wanted to say was, I was watching it and I was like, everybody was like, oh, I would never do that with another family member and all of that. But the reality is, his mind is not as developed as yours and mine are.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Educate us.
His mind is not the same. So his mind is operating at, he has the maturity of like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old,
Got it.
or whatever. No, I don't know him. I'm just saying.
Got it.
But it's not the same. So that's when you see anybody like that in that instant. It's not the their mind works faster than it does. They just don't know how to deal with it. And so that's why they have the issues that they have. So what I want to say to all of that to say is if if you have a toddler, an older toddler, that's 4 or 5 or maybe even 6, school age, that's what they do. They emanate that behavior because that's the maturity that he's at.
Got it.
Everybody else, I can't speak for him, but
okay. Okay.
But I want to say that because everybody said, oh, that's not normal. That's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have different family structures and different, and that doesn't necessarily mean that one of us are more, one of us are more masculine than the other, and it has nothing to do with that. My father was a grown man with myself and my brother, and he got, knocked upside his head because my grandfather told him to go take out the trash. And
in the black family, a lot of times I've heard my grandma, try to get after my mom and them, and that was just like 20 years ago. So I understand that. Thank you so much for calling in and giving us a little insight. I hope you're right. I'm believing what you're saying is the truth. But thank you so much for calling in and giving us insight and watching Larry live.
Yes, sir.
Caller ending in 6324. What's your name? Where you calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Hello, is this Larry?
This is me.
Hi, Larry. I'm Kyle from Woodbridge, Virginia, and I'm, a faithful listener. In regards to what was being discussed, personally to me, I dissect it, especially with the 2 brothers. I have a family member who is autistic, so I understand that. There is a delay. There is a mental delay when it comes to love and affection, those things like that. So that did not bother me. Also, too, I think. Also, I want to mention too is that in different cultures, such as like Native Island cultures, they do those things. They are in close proximity to the face, where they may touch the nose, where they may kiss on the cheek. Those type of things like that. So that's common among those family members to do those type of things as well. The thing with the baseball players, I'm not sure with the situation. Hopefully with the baseball player and his mom, I hope he will. I sent prayers already. Hope he'll be all right. And also too, now with the minister, as you've been reporting, there have been several things that have been going on with the ministers. Having sexual liaisons, things going on. While I didn't see no issue with that, I would probably in Matthew's case, I would maybe a little wary on how things are perceived, especially in a leadership role.
Agreed.
As you know, we got Me Too and things going on. So I would just be in a leadership role. You may just want to be careful
Definitely.
how you are seen in the public. And it's sad to say that it's like that, but
it is sad.
Not in Hollywood, but it's also, just in life general. We unfortunately have to be careful with how we show affection made for one another, because people are quick to jump and accuse, and once you're accused, it's hard to even get the truth out.
It can be a complete lie, and people are going to believe it. People are going to believe it. Thank you so much for calling in. And this is something that I'm so glad she brought that up. And this is so true. When it comes to, and this is what my experience is, y'all don't judge me. When it comes to church people, however they perceive the experience that they have, they are going to shop it as their truth. And you're going to hear that one side of the story. And if it's a leader, the leader, whoever's has the most to lose or is the greatest profile, that is the person that is going to be vilified, whether it is true or whether it is not true, whether it is somebody's perception about a series of events, whatever it's going to be, it is going to affect that person. So this will be what I would say to Matthew. Will be what I would tell my old self. I used to have people living in my house. I advised my leaders to do the same thing. We brought people from overseas put in our house. That could have been a sticky situation. Who knows, still to this day, somebody can come back and say some kind of anything, and folk are going to believe, and it's going to be a mess. So I say to Matthew and to others that it's important for you to draw them lines right now. Right now. And in this climate, it's not smart to, I'm not going to tell you not to do that, because people need it. Give people what they need, but just do it behind closed doors. Don't make sure no cameras, no iPhones, and certainly do not post it to your IG. Lord Jesus, no, that's what they said it did. I just wouldn't have done that. To me, this just ain't smart. Okay, next caller. Caller in 6081. Turn down your device. What's your name, where you're calling from, and you got 2 minutes.
Reid, it's Candace Nicole.
Hello, Candace.
California.
Hey.
Hey, Reid. So I was trying to stay journalist, but I think when it comes to affection with black men or brown men in general, I think that the community as a whole is a little bit traumatized. So when they see affection, they think it might be homosexuality or growth, especially in Dr. Matthew Stevenson's case, because we had the whole Eddie Long epidemic, and we still don't know the actual result of what was true and what's not true. So when they see affection, they tend to think that it's coming out of an impure place or out of a pedophile place. But I think that, especially in this generation with so many broken men, you need to have a forefront of men showing affection in all cases.
I agree.
For me, I don't, because I've watched Dr. Stevenson, I follow his methods, and I watch his YouTube and how he affectionately shows affection with his sons and daughters all the time. For me, it's just normal to see him gravitate to his children. But to the unpopular eye, it's really, it's just abnormal and weird to them. I wouldn't say he needs to tone it down, but I do think that people just need to start opening and realizing that affection is normal and that the community needs it more in order to grow and in order to break off generational curses.
Got it. Thank you so much. So you're saying he don't need to tone it down. We just need to evolve in our consciousness and in our thinking about it. All right.
Absolutely.
Read me then. Read me then. That's all right. Read me then. Thank you for watching and calling in.
Community. I think this is all we need to do is just evolve in our mental thinking.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for calling in.
All right, bye.
Like I said, anybody can call in, give your point of view on anything. Ain't nobody wrong up here. Everybody got their point of view. Everybody got how they see it. I want to hear what you think. You are the co-host of Larry Reid Live. All right. Caller ending in 1079. What's your name? Where you calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Hey, Reid.
Hi.
I'm Lisa from Atlanta, but I'm in Canada right now.
Okay, all right.
But I want to piggyback on the previous caller and what she said. I, too, follow Dr. Matthew Stevenson. I met him about 7 years ago. I'm friends with some of his executive pastors in Atlanta and in Chicago, and I honestly didn't see anything wrong with it. I think it's beautiful. Me coming from a home where my father was very militant, he was a thug, he was a drug dealer. He didn't show affection to my sisters or to my brother. So I think it's much needed, and I think a lot of times when you see black men shoot up places and got all this unexpressed anger, it's because nobody showed them some kind of affection. And I know Dr. Matthew Stevenson's message is creating a culture for intimacy and not in a sexual way. But also, you can't prove that to people who don't really know him. And also, the Bible says in Titus 1:15, to the impure, all things are impure. If he was hugging on a girl, somebody would have said, oh, well, he's sleeping with his daughter, and he need to cut that out. Well, he hugged a little boy, well, he a pedophile. He hugged a grown man, you know, they want to call him gay. You can't do nothing right when you're in the light. You know that, Reid. When you're a celebrity pastor, you in ministry, you in music, everything you do is scrutinized. Everything you do is judged.
And especially,
can't do nothing right.
And especially in this climate. Now, with that being said, because I feel the exact same way. Like I said, I think he should continue to do what he's doing, whatever the job calls for, do it, even if it sound and may look strange to somebody else. But I'm just saying, maybe you have to consider on some end how things are going to appear. Now, there is a scripture in the Bible that says, you know, not having our good evil spoken of. You know, so should he consider that he is on the internet and everybody who's watching may not know his character, may not know his teaching, may not understand what he's doing? Should he consider?
Well, I think that he thought that it was innocent the same way I thought it was innocent. Only somebody I believe with a different kind of mindset thought that it was. I think that he shouldn't have toned it down because he's, like I said, creating a culture. This is who he is. And I heard him say before in his message about a month ago, he was teaching and talking about his father that died. He said, my father, Matthew Stevenson Sr., was the most aggressive and affectionate man at the same time. And I think he's taken after his father. He's trying to show that you could be stern, you could be a man, you can have male characteristics, but you still love people too.
Absolutely. Okay.
So I don't think he needs to turn it down.
There's no problem. I just want to know what you think. Thank you so much for calling in, Melissa Way from Canada. All right, this calls, I may not get to everybody now. I got about a good 25 more minutes in me. Caller ending in 8334. Turn down your device. What's your name and where you're calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Hey, Reid, this is Carmen calling from Inglewood.
Hey, Carmen.
I'm calling. Hey, you know, I was thinking about what you said, but I think about it all the time. I mean, one of the things about the church, you know, the church people are paranoid. You know, something that Matthew Stevenson says, and I believe that. I mean, the Lord deals with me prophetically. He deals with you prophetically. I mean, and those who are prophetic, sometimes people are a little superstitious, so to speak, by nature. It's like we overthink things. So we think, okay, that's like what you said. I would say, okay, yeah, cover yourself. But I live my life like an open book, and I still got light on. So it just depends. I think he needs to continue. You know I'm telling the truth.
That's true.
You need to live your life and just be true to yourself, be true to the Jesus you serve, the God you serve, and be open with it. I mean, now think about it. The way we have already perceived him to be is this open man who he'll say whatever's coming out of his mouth, just fly out. Now, if he changes, then we'll be like, what's he hiding? What's he hiding? Because just like the lady said, to the pure, all things are pure, right? But some people the Bible also talks about he is giving them over to evil imagination. Yeah. So some people just got evil imaginations. They're always suspicious. They always got something negative to say. They don't like nobody. Oh, something wrong with him. I mean, somebody said, I'm a songwriter. They said, all songwriters are gay. I'm not. Well, the rest of them are. I mean, really, what y'all shut up? And you know, it's just the truth. That's how the church people are. You gotta love Jesus and be out there and do what you gotta do. This man, and people need love. They need it. Just like, no offense, some people need your show. You say you're not pastoring, but some people need your show to hear the other side.
Right.
Sometimes I don't agree with the people that bash the church, but I need to hear what they're saying because I need to know who I'm ministering to. I listen to your show to hear who I'm dealing with because I know there's trips out there. You know there's trips out there, people out there. I'm sure that's why God had you doing that show.
True.
But doing this show. But nevertheless, you can't change who God has called you to be now because somebody's going to be upset. You got to stand in your truth and do what you're supposed to do. Right. So I'm saying that to say, take your picture, put it up there. Some people, 10 people are going to see 10 different things. Live your life.
Gotcha.
Because these church people will shut you down.
True.
And then the world will shut you down. You can't do that.
Thank you so much for calling. I'm gonna say this, but thank you for calling so much, Carmen, and supporting the show and sharing and calling in and participating. I love you. And I'm gonna say this.
I love you too, Reid.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. No, it's just that one. I'm gonna say this, and this is what I'm gonna say. That what just happened to the point? I was something I'm about to say. It was very important too. I don't forget. It'll come up again, but y'all talking good. Y'all keep running on calling in. I'm gonna take a few more callers. Okay, I'll get the one that's been the longest. Yeah. Caller in and in 5868. What's your name and where you're calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Hey Reid, this is Kevin Faith that follows you.
Okay, what city?
Very short. I'm calling from New Jersey.
What up?
I'm going to be. What's up, sir? I'm going to be very short because I'm running to work right now.
Okay.
What I would say in regards to men embracing men or females embracing females is that it combats this idea of toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. We need to have that type of love for each other, especially in this climate that we live in. You know, it would help us to, you know, go through the hard times of what we're going through.
Okay.
You know, so I think a lot of people should have an open mind. Just have an open mind and think about things differently.
Okay, I hear that, and I agree. I do think that we need to show more love, and I am a hugger. I meet people, I hug people. Yeah. When I pastored, it was a culture to hug people. I 100% agree with the affection, with touching and the intimacy. We need that, especially in the Black community. I would have to agree with that. Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome, guys. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Now, but I also want us to look at something else, and I know a lot of people are. I don't know if it's because it's Matthew Stevenson and he's a golden calf for you, or our consciousness is shifting. I hope our consciousness is shifting. But at the same time, we have this Me Too movement, and there are people that are losing their jobs and their careers because of lies people told 20 and 30 years that happened 20 and 30 years ago off of a lie. That's not happening. Nobody's concerned about that. Nobody. I mean, am I the only person that is thinking about that? I think we need to think about that, because put a picture up. That picture did not come from Casper. Won't no ghost sent me that. That was 15 to 17 people that clearly, in my opinion, are an enemy to Matthew Stevenson. At least. Or at least got some kind of question. So maybe that's the reason why he felt like he could put this up, because all of y'all that's calling in here is his advisors. Well, you need a Reid that'll tell you, no, Bishop, you ain't putting that up. You're not putting that in up there. Put that down. No. You're not doing that. Your wife got muscles already. So they may already think you know, some stuff. No, put that down. No, put that down. They say you with the man and she with the women. Put that down, because that ain't going to look right. You know, so, That's what I would be saying. But I 100% agree. Keep doing what you're doing. Just don't keep posting it. Oh! And keep that eye squinted and paying attention, because somebody around here might be getting the wrong message. So everybody getting the right message around here. All right, I'm gonna take some more callers. Okay, caller ending in 0086. What's your name? Where you calling from? And you got 2 minutes.
Hi, Brother Reid. This is Joanne. I'm calling from Florida. How are you?
Hi, Joanne. I like the way you're sounding.
I want to say that we should be aware of perception. I'm a teacher. I'm also a former minister, ordained minister. I'm not actively involved in a church at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to frame the conversation a little bit different.
Okay.
And I made me some notes. I don't ramble.
Okay.
The first thing I wanted to mention is I believe we're still traumatized from slavery, where showing affection or letting the overseer or master know that you loved somebody else gave the overseer and master
True.
a way to manipulate you.
True.
And to control you. And so I think we still have that passed down. I think we are not realizing still the effects of not being able to have some permanence. Also, they were protecting themselves because they didn't know when somebody was going to be snatched away from them.
Okay.
So then they learned, I don't want to show affection because they were experiencing separation anxiety. That's my second point. My third point is some of our people are still just emotionally constipated because a lot of them have never experienced what good touch is like. You were mentioning about how you loved your father and your mother still. My girls are like that with my husband and I. And when people see them, they were like, you can tell you guys love each other. But a lot of my friends, they didn't have parents who gave them good touch. So it is absolutely foreign to them that my daughters kiss me and their father. Now, they don't kiss their father on the lips because of perception, but they still kiss me on the lips.
Okay.
And my daughters are 37 and 32.
Okay.
My granddaughters are 16 and 9, and they still do. Because we have been, and I've given them and taught them about bad touch as well. So even as a teacher, I've seen my students, and I'm speaking as an African-American teacher with African-American students, and most of them are hard. They have never experienced good touch.
True. But let me say this. Let me say
so
this.
They are hard, and that exterior.
Let me say this. I don't know if you can hear me.
That.
If my mic is on. Is my mic on?
Does that make sense?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
now.
let me say this. I want to say this while you're on the phone because your 2 minutes is out, but you brought a key point. For those of you who do not know, I was a professor in a Bible college, and sometimes I do, because I like giving back to the community, I will go and substitute because I absolutely love big jaw cheering. That's just what it is. I mean, big jaw cheering. And one of the things they told me in our training, Kanacha is practically a teacher. He just took his exams. He's probably going to come back with 100 and go ahead and get that classroom. They forbid us hugging the students. But every time I go to class, I can be there an hour or two. All the students is grabbing me and hugging me. And I'm not hugging them back. They're just hugging my legs. They're hugging me from whatever height they are. Oh, Mr. Reid, love you so much. Can you come back? Can you come back? Even the people that the principal try to get me to come back. Say, all the kids love you because you just got love coming out of your heart. And I fuss.
Right.
I do the old school way. Like this new school way, you got to do everything. You can't get on the student in front of folks and stuff. I do it. Just Larry Live goes straight to the school when I substitute. Just like this. And the kids, like, they love it. But they say you cannot hug. You cannot show physical affection. And I know that's what the child needs. So perception, like you said, the reason why your good daughters don't kiss their father in the mouth it's because of perception. And all I'm saying is that need to be considered. And I want everybody to win. I need Matthew Stevenson to stay on top without never showing up in my show with nothing crazy. You know, that's what we need. And I'm saying, with that being said, don't you post a piece of picture another again like that on your social media. Now, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Thank you so much for calling in and creating this conversation.
You're welcome.
All right, I don't know if I can do any more. This done got long now. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, I think. All right, go ahead. Caller ending in 7641. I'm so sorry you was on for a long time. What's your name? What city you calling from? You have 2 minutes.
Larry?
Hi.
Hi, this is Michelle Poindexter. I didn't believe I was going to get through. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, blessed. Better now that I am watching your show.
Okay. and I'm going to make you a help over there on YouTube, because I see you over there.
Man, I comment a little bit too much. You get me fired up, Larry.
Okay.
I'm going to donate more than I comment in the future, I promise.
Okay.
So really quickly, I wanted to know what you think about the topic, especially with your 20 years of pastoring.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your service. I tell servicemen all the time, thank you for your service. So definitely thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of behind door counseling? Behind closed doors counseling of any kind. No witness present, no window to see in what's going on. I take you behind doors and I give you counsel. What do you think about that topic?
As long as there is integrity, I don't see anything wrong with it, because I also have a degree in master's in counseling. So I've done about 2,800 hours, under a master counselor for my degree, and that's how we done it. It was me and them. I've actually gone to counseling. I go to counseling. I just ain't been down about a month and a half. And so it's just me and just her. She has breasts. She has a punani. She has hips. She got a mouth. It worked. And I have a pink tits. And we all sit there together and ain't no hanky-panky. It could go that way, because we can lock the door and get with it. But that does not happen. So I think if the integrity in there, I think a lot of times that exclusivity, it actually helps the therapeutic side of the relationship.
Yes.
I think it's very good.
Yes.
But in some cases, I was married 18 years, so at least 2 of those years of pastoring, I had her with me counseling. I remember particularly one time in Fayetteville, I was pastoring this girl. I would have to go get out the strip club and off the pole, because she couldn't leave that pole alone. And so she ended up loving me so much that one time I went there to the house, she called up, needed counseling. She made like something was wrong. And I just felt in my spirit to take my wife or armor bearer or somebody with me. And when I got there, she had no panties on, her entire,
no
and
panties.
she was bushy, so she ain't know that she couldn't do nothing with me. I can't. God bless everybody bush, but I don't do bushes. And so she had a bush and
Victoria had their secrets out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she had turned over, and it looked like she had buckwheat in a lock between her legs. I was like, girl, there ain't nothing you could have done with me, no how. But had it just been another day, I could have been in a situation. She jumped on me. And she jumped on me. I was there by myself. I could be in a situation. So depending on the integrity, depending on the situation, it could be a little messy. And folk can just lie. If you in there with them by themselves, if nobody there but you and them, however they perceive whatever going between you and them, they can go out and tell it to somebody else and make you look all kind of bad. So I will say it's probably wisest to have somebody else in there, but depending on the case, it probably would be very effective and terribly therapeutic if it can just be you and the person that you're counseling. That's what I think.
Yes. I love your balanced opinion. Thank you. I heard you say you were tired, so thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to try to stop complaining, because somebody just said on YouTube, say, you 45 minutes in and you already talking about you tired. I want you to understand it take 2 hours, 3 hours to set this up, so this is the last leg. Thank you so much for calling.
God bless.
All right. Somebody said, let me go shave. Now, some men like that, but not Larry. Now, all of that, that's a whole bunch. That's a lot. I can't do that. I can't, and I don't know. I don't know. I just can't. All right. Next caller. I done got a little piece of fire now. I might take some more of these calls. Okay, caller in and 2858. What's your name and where you're calling from? You got 2 minutes.
Yes, this is Stephen Lennon from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I have a little different thought, I think, than you do. I'm glad that he did post it because anything that's done in the dark, that concerns me. Okay. So the fact that he did post it makes me feel that there's no hanky-panky with it.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Because a lot of things, if somebody else took it and then put it up as if it was something hidden, then that tells me there's something sinister behind it. But the fact that he put it up as wise as a man that I believe he is, I don't, I just see it that way, a different way.
But I didn't get into that. But I 100% agree with you. I did think that. I thought that was but that does not change what I said concerning it. In fact, it reiterates why I said it, because a lot of times the people who get the bad rap lied on and the vicious lie is people whose intentions are pure.
But can I tell you a real quick story? I'm a pastor in Harrisburg, and at one time I had 2 casts on my leg, and someone said they was going to lie and say I tried to rape them. And I told another person about it, and I was laughing about it, and they said, "Why are you laughing about it?" I said, "Because nobody's going to believe that. I got 2 casts on my leg." And they said, "But when somebody wants to believe something about you, they're going to believe it." So, people are going to believe things whatever you do.
Absolutely. I know that firsthand.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially
Thanks for a great show.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Everybody's point of view is lovely, it's great, and I love it. Let's do a couple of more. I like this conversation that we got going on. Caller in and 8258. What's your name? Where you calling from? You have 2 minutes.
Alicia, calling from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Hi. You got the floor.
Okay. I heard you say that it would be better for him to do that behind closed doors, and I wasn't sure if you meant in a counseling session. I didn't know if you meant that in a counseling session. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm glad you answered me that question so I could so that I could clear that up.
Yeah, because
what I'm saying.
Because I heard you talk about the Me Too movement, and what I wanted to say was I don't think that's wise with Matthew Stevenson to hug those young men, like you said, because of the climate that we're in. People already talk about his hair and the clothes that he wears because we're judgmental people.
Yeah.
And I heard someone talk about from the word of the Lord that we're not to let our good be evil spoken of, and that's a way that you can. And then when you come back and you defend people like Bishop Eddie Long and things like that, then people are looking at that. And when we say if you do it openly, then that means that you're not doing something. But look at how many child molesters that openly hug children, in the open in front of people. And then when they got behind closed doors, they took it a little bit further. And so, like you said, the climate that we're living in, it's not wise. I have taught, I'm a pastor, so I've taught the men in my church how to even, we used to do this song, the Jesus in me loves, the Jesus in you.
Yeah.
And so everybody would go around and hug each other. And I told them, if you don't hug your wife at home, don't come around in here hugging nobody. So we cut that out. Because I'm very comical in my ministry also. But I cut that out because I don't want nobody coming back, just like that young man that he's hugging today. Think about it if he becomes disgruntled with Matthew Stevenson 15 years from now.
Yes, yes,
yes. 15
yes.
years talking about, he was hugging me. Y'all saw that. That was my lover and this, that. And see, we know now that they call the women beards. Okay, that they're saying we came here just get these women just to, for a front, you see. So it's so much going on, and it's going on from the church.
But see,
it's the church that's on display.
Thank you so much for calling in and raising this point. And only another pastor could call in here and say this because, and maybe, I pastored 20 years. Stevenson isn't 20 years
Me
in.
too. This is my 20th year.
Right.
This is my
Somebody can come from 13 years just done got disgruntled and come up with some craziness. This is the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying out of a care and out of concern. I don't know if you guys remember when I had Obnoxious and I interviewed him, and it was me and my ex-co-host, and he said that somebody came to him with a story concerning Matthew, supposedly to have all of this stuff to prove this, that, and the other. And I said, on the show, I don't know if y'all remember, I said, oh no. I said, we can't have that. I said, that cannot happen. I'm glad that person just disappeared and didn't tell you nothing, because we don't need it. Not on him, not on Jake.
When you got Matthew Stevenson doing his hair like that, but I see that when these people start rising up against him, like the man that the cursing pastor and Bishop Earl Carter, when they start talking about this isn't the way a man looks, and you got to think about the way men are looking now. So I've been in church. Now, please let me share this. I came from a holiness church where we could not wear earrings. We could not wear makeup. We couldn't wear lipstick. Okay, so that was then. Okay, now you got the brothers looking better in some of these apostolic churches. The women still wearing dollars. They can't wear makeup. But the men got on skinny leg jeans. They got on all these little flower pins. They're getting their hair done. I saw one guy, his hair is so black, it looks like shoe polish with that has been lined. You know, they coming to the church cuter than the women.
Yeah.
You know, and doing all this because the women are like in bondage. And I refuse to do that. I refuse it. And so now, and there's so many men have taken on what they call the spirit of being effeminate. You know, if your voice is not a high C, well, if you're not that, bring it on down. Because, you know, grandmama didn't know the word of God, but she said if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, guess what? That's a duck.
Look, my mama used to say, if a man sings soprano, it's because he's living the life of a soprano. Thank you so much for calling in.
Wow. Thank you for letting me talk.
All right. Yeah, you got over 2 minutes. You need to leave a donation. You got over 2 minutes.
I will do that. I can't afford to do it.
Okay.
I got you. I promise you tomorrow, Larry. Where do I go? On what page is that?
You can do it. Just go to the MBN Network. So that's 2 N's.org and click donation. That support this show.
Say it again now, because I'm typing in the dark.
Right. It's
you said it's what now? V.
No, THE. The THE. M as in Mary, B as in boy, N as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward, TWORK.org. That's the MBNnetwork.org, and click donation. And that support Larry Live and Power Up 15 that comes on Tuesdays, which is prayer and spiritual education.
90 seconds. They know how to work this computer stuff. I'll have them to do it for me tomorrow.
Thank you so very much.
Kindly. I'll be back on again.
Okay, all right.
All
right.
Good night. Bye-bye.
I'm out. I can't take no more callers, so we got to clear the line and just go ahead and click in episode for the callers. Thank you so much for calling in, making the show enter during resting. I'm going to look at your comments. If there's something
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
If there's something that was burning that you needed to say, go ahead and comment it. Me or Kendall will catch it, and then we'll mention it up under here.
There was something going on with Gina. I think Gina might have been thinking you were being messy.
Who's Gina? Gina that steal my videos and put them on her channel on YouTube. Gina Barb Court or something like that. I don't care if you stealing my videos, but are you making money off of me? So what now?
So I think she might have thought you were being messy.
No, and if you come on my show and think I'm being messy, then you don't really know my show. I'm gonna be shady. I'm gonna make jokes about you, whoever you are. I'm gonna do that. Now, a little while ago, I can't say my show was a little messy, but I made some changes because I didn't want my good to be evil spoken of, because I thought y'all could hear my messaging in the midst of the mess, but it just wasn't working out. And so I done fixed that here. So it's going to be funny, and I'm going to tell you stuff that could probably be messy, You know, but my mission is to have the conversation and to talk about it. And I say whatever I want to say, and you say whatever you want to say. This is our show. That's the difference between Larry Live and everybody else's show. This is our show. And what you say matter. And I think that the perspective that we share here about what's going on in our world is unique because we are entrepreneurs, we're entertainers, we're professionals. Ain't no dumb folk over here, Larry Live. So if you want to be around some folk that got some sense and all different type of beliefs, you need to become a part of Larry Live. You need to like the page and you need to subscribe on YouTube. This is where you're supposed to be bringing stuff over instead of looking in the comments. You're supposed to subscribe right there on YouTube. If you watching me on YouTube, hit that bell, give us a thumbs up, and comment. As soon as the live stream go off, comment, share, and tell everybody about this show. If you enjoyed it, I want you to hit the hand clap so I can see if you enjoyed it. I'm looking at you on Periscope. I'm looking at you on YouTube. Lord Jesus, plug it up, Nancy. I bet Periscope is down because my phone went off. You think it's down? You think it'll be down? I hope not. You can unplug the computer. My computer. Laptop. I'm looking at it to see what y'all saying. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I'm seeing hand claps. All right. Oh, somebody said I'm very messy when I'm tired. Yeah, when I get tired, I start talking out the side of my neck, and my filter leave. That's what it is. My filter, when I get tired, that filter, it just start coming down, and some everything might come out my mouth, so it can be taken messy. Let me see here. Let me see what you're saying. Yeah, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube page. Thank you. I see the hand claps. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. Please add donation info on the screen. VMBNnetwork.org. Thank you for that. Or you can click donation right there on YouTube for my YouTube channel. You can do it there. Thank you so much. I'm actually seeing your donations come in now. So thank you. I'm getting notifications. What filter? I do have a filter. I have a filter. Listen, this whole show is me filtered. This entire show is me filtered. Trust me. Vincent Tharp, where's he at? On YouTube or Facebook? Hello, Vincent Tharp. How are you doing? Absolutely love your music. Those of you that love choir music and you love to be entertained by a choir and minister too, I advise you to go to whoever and whatever has Vincent Tharp hosting it. Go and watch them. He is absolutely great. Download his music. What's my favorite song by them? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Want to do that? Thank you, Lord. That's my favorite. Y'all great. In fact, y'all family. Let me see. All right, the conversation is over. I see what some of you guys are saying, but y'all ain't about to take me down that road. I ain't going down that road. Oh, shoot, Nancy. Okay. I'll try to do that. All right, see y'all later. Chat to you later. Our feature's about to play. Stream it. Listen, this is a song you have to listen to it in your car. Our feature. I love you. See you till next week.
Speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them changes. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate this. I feature. While they hate and speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them changes. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate this. Everybody dance around loud as you can't stop hard, put your feet on the floor. Ain't nobody fly like you, lift it up, turn around. And hurt me, it never ends.